Namaste and welcome to another podcast of India's best show, The Hardeep Show. Today we have Dr. Rahman, expert in business studies and investment. And we are tackling something today that every student asks, how can I make money while still in college? So thank you being on podcast today.
Thank you, Hardeep. Thank you.
Sir, what is passive income and how a student can generate a passive income besides studying in college or university?
See, income is always very important part, and when we talk about income, like we take two dimensions. One is active. An active income is when you are regularly into an employment engagement and you are earning some money out of it. That is an active income. But when we talk about a passive income, uh, see when you are engaged in some other activity and beside those other activities, you're also earning something. That is what a passive income is. Generally, in a student life, we call it as a part-time job also. See, when we seen into our developed countries like a student moving from Punjab to Australia, New Zealand, Canada. I mean, the person over there, they are studying also. Might be your cousins will be there or your friends would have been there. They are studying as well as they are earning, and from their earning, they are also earning their the college tuition fees and their living expenses also. But when we see the scenario in our home country or in talk about Punjab, here a student is totally dependent upon their parents for their income part.
Yes, sir.
And see, if we talk about a passive income, so we'll be discussing what alternatives could be there to generate those passive incomes also in the later part of our podcast.
Sir, as you talked about, the students in the foreign are earning more money besides studying in the college or university. But here's a different scenario.
Yeah.
If we talk about here, working in a MacD or any other shop is considered to be the lowest.
Yeah.
Whereas student there work in MacDs, work in other shops besides studying in college. So why is that so in India?
See, there's a very important topic. If we talk about working at a gas station or in a McD or any food outlet, I mean, see here, your scenario, your tradition, your custom says that it is a low pay scale job and it is below our dignity level also. But the same person, when it moves outside this country, he feels freedom. He earns the respect. There's a dignity of labor. See what is right now. Here we see a cab driver. We generally say he might be an illiterate person who having a low background. That is why he is driving a cab. But for a same cab driver who is working in a developed countries, there is a lot of respect. There's a standard pay of living. There's a minimum pay scale also. So there are lot many factors which are affecting this. One is our society. The number one factor is our society. Our society does not treat those persons with the same respect and for the same job role which is being respected in other countries.
Yes, sir. So if a student can't work in shops, gas stations, or MacD in India because of their dignity, because of their ego, if you say, so how can they generate a passive income besides studying in college?
See, when we talk about earning from a passive income, first of all, we have to bring our fear out. I mean, we have to leave what society thinks about, and we should be ready for every kind of job. Right now, if I see in the society, like if I see my students also, few of my students are working in Domino's, few of my students are working for a part-time delivery also. I mean, right now, the students are building their career and they are building their part-time job also, and those students have more confidence, they have more value of money who are earning their own money. And those students who are on their parents income, who are dependent upon their parents income, those person are not respecting what they are getting for free right now. I mean, if I see the young students, many of the young students are building their career in digital marketing era also. They are bringing up their Instagram channels, they are monetizing their YouTube reels, their YouTube channels from Facebooks. They are doing a freelancing job also. So when we talk about a student life, a student from a metro city is more aware rather than a student in our area right now. Or what I feel are differences.
Yes.
And see, if more job opportunities are coming, I mean, if students are willing to take up the more job opportunities, and they will be able to earn more. I mean, the only thing is they have to break their fear out. I mean, if they feel like what my friends will feel, what my relatives will feel, I mean, what they will think. I mean, you need not to carry those feelings on your shoulders if you need to earn your money. Yeah.
Like for me, then when I started my YouTube channel, I took out the fear out of me that what my friends will think, they will mock out me, they'll something. So one has to fearless to do something in the
Yeah.
life.
So you are also a biggest example sitting in front of me also. And if I talk about when we were studying, I mean, when I used to study in school, colleges, even I used to work in a call center in the night hours. I still remember that there was a call center which was calling for UK based calls, and we were having a shift from 6 to somewhere around 2 in the late nights, and then after completing a shift we used to get our home back, and then again we need to go to the morning to the college. I mean, see, the only thing is at that time the opportunities were very less, and still we were able, if I was willing to work, I was able to get my job also. But now there are ample amount of opportunities sitting from home. Also the student are earning, like one field which is more coming, is like few of my students I still remember, they were running their insurance company. They were the LIC agent also. I mean, if we you can take some agency, like one of my student was having a mutual fund agency. So in the evening hours, they were meeting the client, they were pitching their sale, and they were finalizing the thing. It is a commission based thing. I mean, if you are not able to do a part-time job, you can take up these brokerage commission type services also, where you meet up the clients in the evening hours, you lock up a deal, and you get a commission from your company. So that could be another alternative also.
So there's a term artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Now, using artificial intelligence, the student can earn a more money. So what's the point of view on that?
See, when we talk about artificial intelligence, we might be more aware about ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot. I mean, these are basically the tools which are. So when we are able to use these tools basically give you a personal assistant to everyone. For example, you might be taking up a blog, you might wish to write a pitch or a question. You can take a help of ChatGPT. So they are helping you in your area. The first thing, they will not be giving you any money, but they can help you into your work. Whatever the work you are doing, you can take up their help for it. It is a sort of a personal assistant to everyone. A person doing a digital marketing, a person doing any pitching, any kind of data, any kind of formatting, any kind of tables you wish to create, or any analysis you wish to have, you can take those helps of those AIs. Okay? But at the end, the brain has to be of the human only. They are your personal assistants. So whatever the keyword, whatever the command you will be giving, they will be giving you that kind of output. So it
Okay.
all depends upon your inputs right now.
Sir, is AI going to take the jobs of people in accountants or any other BCom or BBA students?
See, when a computer came, so there was a fear that computer will take everybody out. Okay, and still everybody is working
Yes, sir.
on the computers only. The computers not working at their own. See, when AI is coming, there's a fear, there's a phobia in a market that AI will take your jobs. See, if AI is there, you can take a help. You need to upgrade your skills.
Yes, sir.
If you are not able, those person, like if I remember at our time when we used to be at your age, though at that time the computerization was done in the banking, and those person who was willing to upgrade themselves, they were given a job, and those person who are not willing to upgrade, they have taken the VRS from the banking system. So upgrading your skill is very important. Right now, if I talk about digital marketing, it has to be learned by everyone. If I talk about financial literacy, it has to be learned by everyone. If I need to talk about Python, I mean, everybody has to learn basics of Python. You cannot say that Python digital marketing is only for the IT field. If I talk about Excel, everybody has to learn mastery in Excel. The basic function of the Excel should be learned by everyone. So these are the basic functions which has to be learned by everyone. And if you are able to cope up with these skills, only then you will be able to survive in the market. So survival requires certain skills in every person basically.
So there's a lot of craze in these days about investing. So how a student can start investing in their early 20s, having a low income or having just their parents' money?
Hardeep, like you have already told about investment, and for those students who are having very low income or they are dependent on their parents also. See, when we talk about investment, we'll not say anything about the gambling. So we always avoid cryptocurrencies, stock market trading, and when we talk about investment, investment has to be which is pooled your money for a long term with a long term horizon. And for those, few of the examples are like mutual funds, and in mutual fund right now you have a daily SIP. where small with a very small amount of 20 21 rupees, a daily amount will be deducted from your account, and a mutual fund could be purchased. And similarly, you would have seen the advertisement for gold also, with a 10 rupee of a daily deduction, on which monthly becomes 300 rupees. On a daily price, the gold will be purchased into your account, and it will be accumulated into your account. So few of the examples, like RD, you can have a flavor of a recurring deposit into banks or mutual fund or buying a gold. So these are the few examples in which you can start with a minimum monthly investment of 100, or a daily investment of 20, 10 20 rupees also, I think, which isn't affordable for everyone. At a price of a coke, you are also investing, so you need to sacrifice your coke for your investment. So that is the only point.
Sir, as you talked about SIP.
Mhm.
So, sir, what is SIP and how a student can do SIPs?
See, Hardeep, when we talk about SIP, SIP is a systematic investment plan, uh, where you decide a particular amount and a frequency of a time. Let us suppose you can decide on a daily basis, weekly basis, or on a monthly basis. So, whatever the time frame you are taking and whatever the amount you decide, based upon that particular frequency, the amount will be deducted and will be invested in that particular asset. Let me give you an example. For example, if you decide a weekly investment of a gold, that your money will be deducted on a particular day of every week. Let us suppose it is a Monday. You take a sip of 50 rupees. So on every Monday, 50 will be deducted from your bank account, and for against that 50 rupees, gold will be purchased into your whatever the account you have taken. It could be like Paytm, Grow, Zerodha, any application like Zar application. You might have seen many advertisements. So on those particular platforms, for that amount, asset will be purchased.
Sir, it is said that you should start investing early in 20s rather than your 30s
Yeah.
because it will give you more return.
Yes, yes, yes. See, there is a power of compounding. There's a principle in a finance we
Yeah,
call
that is called compounding.
compounding. So it is also called the eighth wonder of the world in finance. See, so compounding is more powerful. It is not with the amount what you are investing. It becomes more powerful when you have a longer time horizon. Like if you start at an early age of 20 and you plan to take a retirement at a 60, and with a very small amount you can have a crores of corpus amount. So let me give you one example which I teach in my class also. In a very risk free plan, like investing your money in a Kisan Vikas Patra, which is the government securities, on a 5,000 on a monthly basis, start at the age of 25, retire at the age of 60. At the age of 60 you will have around 1.5 crore rupees. So your monthly investment of 5,000 rupees turned into a large amount of 1.5 crore rupees. So this is what power of compounding is. So compounding comes into play, like when you are investing, and whatever the interest or the income you are generating out of that is also reinvested back into your principal amount. So with that principal, your money grows to a larger amount.
Sir, what's your advice to those teenagers or the people in their early 20s or 30s that they spend more of their money on Netflix subscriptions, Spotify, YouTube, and buying a craze for Apple mobiles, something? So instead of this, they can start doing investing. So how they can start investing, and what's your advice that they should start investing?
Ji. So, Hardeep, when we talk about the craze of the youngster, like they have a craze for costlier apparels, like they should have a hoodie of Zara, Adidas, Burberry, or they should always carry a Apple mobile phone. See, if we talk about the study of India, also 90% of the Apple phone which are being sold in India are on the EMIs,
Yes, sir.
and the same thing is like I'll give you one of the example. Uh, in 2010, there are two person. One person has purchased a Royal Enfield bike. At that time, it was somewhere around. We can quote a price of 1 lakh rupees. Like in 2010, the price of Royal Enfield was 1 lakh rupees, and another person purchased the stock of Royal Enfield for 1 lakh rupees. So, who is more profitable after 15 years, if we take this point into our consideration? So, a person who has purchased a Royal Enfield bike in 2010, what price he will be able to get after 15 years? If I say the life of that Royal Enfield is finished as per the RTO.
Yes.
But even then, there's a craze for Royal Enfield. I say that 1 lakh bike could have been now of 2 lakh, 2.5 lakh rupees. So 1 lakh could have been appreciated to 2.5 lakh rupees. Because it's a Royal Enfield, there's a craze of Royal Enfield. But a person who has purchased a share of Royal Enfield, which is the Eicher Motors, the parent company of Royal Enfield, if that person has purchased for 1 lakh rupee, now that amount could have turned into around 5 to 6 crore rupees right now after 15 years. So that is what power of investment is. So, like we proudly wear Jockey brand, and if we purchase the shares of Jockey brand, that person will be more profitable right now. So, the person who is owning the shares of Apple is more profitable than who is having a mobile phone on an Apple.
Yes, sir. Sir, it is said that we have seen a lot of reels on Instagram. It is going trending that a teacher who is teaching in a school or in a university can't teach a person about business because he himself is doing job. But how he can teach a student about business? So, what's your take on that thing?
See, when we talk about a business, business is something which cannot be learned in the classroom. It is your step, your risk towards life. Like you are willing to start a new business, or you are ready to join your family business. See, like when we talk about a business, so what businesses require a willingness of a student, that he is able to do something new in a market, or he is able to do his own startup. That is his risk taking ability. What you learn from the classroom is basically what a teacher has, what carries is basically, like he might have started a business, he might have failed in a business, or a person is might be running a successful business, or a person is he himself is a digital marketing. That the background of that teacher is not available to us. So I think I cannot comment on that particular frame. So a person who has started his business will be definitely telling a student about what to do, how to boost. And a person who has failed in a business will definitely be telling what not to do in a business, what should be avoided in a business. So every person carries their own learning from a life, and they teach us those students. If a teacher is teaching you only, then you will value his teaching, and otherwise you will not be
Yes, sir.
valuing your teacher.
So there's a myth, or you can say fact, that a person who is doing job can't earn much more money, cannot be billionaire than a person doing business. Sir, is that true, or is that means the person who is doing job can also earn money, good,
See,
well money?
when we talk about a job, what is a job? It is what I am selling my hours to a company, basically. If I'm selling my 8 hours and what I am paid against those hours. See, if I talk about a very big company, like you talk about Google, Apple, or Microsoft, or Nvidia, I mean, Nvidia employees are millionaire. I mean, when this Nvidia company stock boosted up, every employee become a millionaire.
Okay.
So many of the businesses might not be at a millionaire stage, but the employees are at a millionaire stage. So that is only your thinking. If your company is growing, definitely the employees who are working hard for those companies, who are selling their hours to that company, will also grow with that company. So that is not a case.
Sir, a student should pursue to job or a business. Like, what are the perks of jobs, or what are the perks of business, and pros and cons are there in everything?
See, when we talk about selecting a career, either to start a business or to start a job, see, to start a business requires your willingness, basically, that your support from your family, because you will be sacrificing, you will be taking some kind of risk with your capital also, or from a borrowed capital also. These days, even government is also supporting in the startups also. So that is your idea. Your imagination, your vision, that is purely required in the business, and there will be a lot of challenges in the initial year. And sometimes students start with a business, it failed, they uh, move their career towards the employment also. Or sometimes you are not willing to take up a risk, you directly get a very good campus placement, you directly start your campus placement, you do the job in the initial years. And sometimes you start a job in the initial year, later on you go with your own startup. And if I talk about a place like Bangalore, where every employee is planning or deciding on a tea regarding their startup.
Okay.
They are planning to have their own startup. You might have seen there are a lot many startups coming from the IT world.
हाँ जी.
And right now what they are doing a job, but they are also planning their own startup also. So that is not, there is never a point like if you go with a job you never become a businessman, or if you become a businessman you can never go with the employment also.
Sir, so you advise students to do first job and then start business later to have experience first. What's the going in
Yes,
market?
yes, there will be certain challenges. I mean, there will be certain learning in the initial years. I mean, if you have a very good mentor, you can also start directly from the business also. That is not a point that doing a job is only the number one priority, doing a business is number two. No, it's your mentorship also. Sometimes a very small child at the age of 14 have started their own company.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So there are lot many examples.
So, sir, let's start with rapid fire round. So, you have to tell, is it asset or liability for a student or a teenager?
Okay.
Sir, house.
It's always an asset.
Okay. Car.
It's a liability.
How?
So when you owning a car, basically there will be insurance, there will be maintenance charges. Every month you will be having your fuel charges. Even if you're not driving a car, even then you need to have a maintenance charges and insurance charges. So that is the liability.
Gold.
Gold is an asset. Yes.
Okay. Smartphone.
Depend upon your price range. If you are having a very costlier on an EMI, that will be a liability. But you, if you, what your pocket allows also, that is also a part. So if your pocket allows 15,000, 20,000 bucks phone, which is a decent one, so it could be an asset because from your smartphone you are connecting with the whole world also.
So it also depends on what purpose you are using.
Definitely.
If you're using on just to show your ego, or you're using for your gaining money or having knowledge. So education.
It's an asset.
Okay. Credit card.
Credit card again, it's an asset also and it's a liability also. Sometimes you are getting a free source of fund for 50 days. Like you swipe a credit card, after 50 days you need to pay back the money. So at that particular time frame, if I say it's for me, it's an asset. But yes, if I'm doing more of EMIs, more of shopping, then it becomes a liability also. The purpose how you are using your credit card, that also depends. I mean, if you are using it smartly, so it will be an asset for you. But if you're not using it smartly, it will be a liability for you.
Okay, sir. So stocks.
Stocks will be an asset, yes.
Loan.
Loan, again, the purpose.
Okay.
Like if you are taking up a loan for a business, so then from that business you will be earning money, you will be growing, you will be generating a revenue. So that will be a capital expenditure basically. Otherwise, if you're taking EMIs for buying costlier shoes, jackets, mobile phone, then it is a liability.
Watch.
So watch
Means luxurious watch.
again, see, if I see the advertisements again on the reels, sometimes a Rolex watch from 1970 is now $1 million watch. So it's an asset. But if I talk about smartphone, which is having a very lesser lifespan, it's a liability. Like if I'm wearing a smartphone of a Samsung, it's a liability. So it has a battery life, it's a technology based. But I think if you're buying a expensive watch, it could be an asset for you also.
So, sir, what's your last advice to the students or the teenagers who want to earn money, who want to have a beautiful life ahead?
So, see, Warren Buffett has given a very good equation. Like generally, what we say when we talk about saving, we say income minus expenditure, what is left will be turned into a saving. But there's an equation also. I mean, that if you have an equation like income minus saving is equal to expenditure, the mathematically both answer will be same. But in the second equation, what we are prioritizing the saving part. That first we should save whatever the plan we have a saving, then whatever the left is basically used for the consumption purpose. So I think if we follow that second equation also, the life could become beautiful and hustle free.
So, thank you for being on the podcast with us. It was very knowledgeable talking to you.
Thank you, Adib. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you.